Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 9:49 a.m. on the 28th of April 2024. This is my second attempt at making this video because my iPhone storage chopped us off again. So irritating beyond belief. But I decided to start fresh because there was a lot of fumbling around, and I moved my laptop here to the back entry to my house, and there was a lot of finagling, and I think I might have accidentally even flashed everyone in the process of putting the laptop down. So I thought, I think I'll start with a fresh video that's completely copacetic and fully functioning and not compromising me in any ignoble kind of ways, I hope. So I had just gotten finished telling you, my YouTube audience, about my wonderful night last night, dancing for Alter Egos at the Koala Tavern. I've been following that band for 13 years and I thoroughly enjoy it. And yes, they played my favourite war song, my favourite rebellion song, Zombie. So I got into my full tribal mosh, spinning my head 360 degrees. And it was cute because Scott said to me in the break, he said, look, he says, we've played both your favourite songs, Zombie and Iris, and he said, and we're going to play your other favourite song, Chop Suey, in the third set. He said, can you promise me not to mosh your neck like that though for Chop Suey? He said, I worry about you injuring your neck. He said, I used to mosh when I was in my 20s and I know how sore it used to be the next day. And I went, oh yeah, I complain about it for a week. It takes me a week to recover. I said, but I love it so much, Scott, and it's self-inflicted. I said, so, please don't stop me from having my fun. I said, I live for the mosh. And I said, it only happens to certain songs because even I'm conscious that I have to be careful now. And he's like, I'm really frightened that I would be responsible for you really injuring yourself. But here's the thing, I'm already injured by life anyway. I'm up all night peeing because I had to drink a lot last night. I was very thirsty. I even got a big glass of ice. So between the peeing all night and the not sleeping much because I bought a lovely apple turnover with fresh cream and Woolworths, which is right next door to the Koala Tavern at Capalaba Central there. So I bought a lovely apple turnover and I ate that when I came home. Oh, it was delicious. And so as a consequence of that, I had reflux. I often get reflux anyway, but I had particularly bad reflux last night. I think it was the apple turnover that did it. And so between the refluxing, the not breathing in my sleep anyway with my sleep apnea, and my fucking bladder, I think breaking my neck in the mosh is the least of my problems. Just saying. But I had a wonderful time, so thank you, Scott and Paul and Luke from Alter Egos, and thank you for encouraging me in my wild ways. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you, that you see me, and in spite of my preternatural struggles, that you encourage me in my wild dance and even protect me a bit by telling me, look after the neck, Tanya. But I tell you what, there's a moment when I reach complete catharsis while moshing to Zombie that I'm just literally in a kind of an altered state, and it's joyous and it's wild and it's carefree, and it's how I want to live my life all the time, actually. What do you say, Charlie? Joyous, wild and carefree, like you? Well, she's not exactly wild, but she has a lot of freedom for a pet bird. Don't you? Yes, you do. So, yes, so when the third set came and they played Chop Suey, I did rein it in. And Scott's watching me because I was struggling to rein it in. I just wanted to go for it, you know. But I did. I just slightly turned my head rather than do the full Linda Blair session. Maybe I'm a bit possessed. It's occurred to me a few times that since my last near-death experience in 2019 that I might have brought something back with me, you know. Not quite dying will do that to you. But I don't know. I've always moshed. I used to mosh before then. So no, I don't think so. But I don't know, as I've aged, it's become more triumphant and more defiant and gleeful, you know. I even teased Scott. I said, you know, Scott, I don't take direct orders, and I'm defiant and I'm rebellious. So if I feel the need to mosh to the music, the mosh will happen. He's like, I know, I'm just so worried. I'm so worried that you get really hurt, Tanya. He's right. You are right, Scott. It is a concern. And you were right to rein me in a bit. Someone has to rein me in a bit. Even that is an expression of genuine care. So we continue the readings of Even Date. Again, I was just starting to get into them when my computer, when my iPhone blipped us off, because I don't know why I'm having all these storage issues. I'll work it out one day. Anyway, I've cleared some and hopefully we're okay for this video at least. So, memories, 28th of April 2023. And, oh my goodness, Charlie. Oh my goodness, Charlie. Got an ant crawling on me. So it's titled My Dream of Owning My Own Nightclub. Oh, intuition's gone awry, dancing out my blues. And I posted a meme that was originally posted by Soul Weaving on, what is that? Why does that come up? Hang on a minute. No. Can you believe it? The whole thing. I went to shut down Copilot and the whole thing blipped off. Oh, which means I have to navigate to the actual page again. Just bear with me. Stymied. I'm always stymied by some stupidity beyond the realms of ordinary mortal comprehension. No, I don't want Copilot preview. I want my mouse to work. Right, here we go. Let's try again. So, while I'm doing this. Yes, so the other lovely thing that happened during the night of dancing last night was this very short Māori lady saw me dancing and just walked right up to me and threw her arms around me and embraced me and was hugging and swaying with me, and she even kissed my cheek, and it was just delightful, you know. Sweetness of strangers in the night. She was quite drunk too, but she was just a sweetheart and affectionate. So she proceeded to dance with me a little bit, and then she says, my man won't dance with me, and pointed to a man. I went, you know, darling, I said, there's nothing worse than a useless man who won't dance with you, which was a bit of projection on my part because my ex-husband would never dance with me. And, well, I don't care now anyway, but it's just, I just kind of, it flared up that old memory, you know. And so we both looked at her man and we smiled, and I said, never mind, darling. I said, we'll dance. And off we went. We had a nice little dance together, and in our independent, wild, you know, rock chick ways. And she danced in her space and I danced in mine, but we were dancing together kind of thing. She was perfectly happy. And there was another group of women there, all blonde, all a bit kind of snooty. They were looking at me all McJudgy. I didn't care. I don't care what people think of me. I dance for the shared joy of the dance and for my own pleasure, right? So I just did what I always do, and they were like, you had to laugh. I kind of had to laugh a little bit. So, but yes, and that lovely Māori woman came along and she made up for the snooty ones. It's just delightful. The gods always find my tribe, find my vibe, find people who resonate with me eventually. And if they don't, I still would have had a lovely time because I'm dancing for my favourite band, one of my favourite bands. So yes, we're back in the room now. Soul Weaving, which is I think she's an astrologer on Facebook, or is she a numerologist? I can't remember, but anyway, I liked her post, so I stole it, and it says, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. It's a character from the TV show Vikings, Floki. And it says, if it leads to death, it also leads to life. That is the way with the gods and my goddess. But is that the truth? Is that the truth? Been there, done that many, many, many times. Here he is, our Floki. I don't know that actually, no. I never bothered to find out what the name of the actor is, what his real name is. Oops, I'm remiss again. But yeah, I loved that character. He was the one that was very attuned and mystical, and he was the boat builder that would go to a tree and he would just feel the vibration and the energy of the tree and check out, you know, its strength and its vitality, and he would say, this is the one, and then they'd build the boat from it. And you know what? All artists know that feeling. Creative people, they all can resonate with that, feeling into the energy of something that they're about to create. It's kismet, and it's beautiful, and it's also the way of the gods. Just like the beautiful energy when you fall in love with someone else's energy, and you just resonate so perfectly. You know when someone's on your page and vibes with you and understands you and appreciates you, even though, you know, in my case, I have quite a few quirky ways about me. So it's delightful when I find people that are caring and loving and protective and nurturing and sweet. To my beautiful men and my beautiful band. Well, you're not my band. Oh, that was the other thing. The Māori woman that came to dance with me. Māori people are very intuitive, often especially when they're drunk. You know, it just kind of lops out a lot of the filters. So she looks up at Scott and Luke and Paulie, they're playing, you know. She said, and she said it was actually quite cute. She said, "Are these your men?" And I said, "Oh no, darling, they're not mine. They're actually not mine, even though I use the possessive pronoun out of habit. No one is mine." But I said to her, "No, they're not my men." I said, "However, I've been following their band for 13 years. So in a weird kind of way, we kind of support each other. So they are kind of, in a way, mine. But I wanted to make that distinction that there's nothing, you know, nothing out of order going on." Anyway, she looked at them all, and then she looked at me, and she nodded and kept dancing, and I was like, how delightful. She could pick up on the energy flowing between, you know, my friends in the band and myself with the dance, how we flow symbiotically, the energy back between all of us. And it is magical, and it is beautiful, and it is truly heartfelt. So to you, Scott, my neck hasn't fallen off, but it's a bit stiff, especially when I turn like that. But I'm hanging in there, kid. Don't worry about me. Mama T will be back for the dance next week. All being well. All being well. So, let me just navigate back to that page. I keep getting this pop-up coming. I wish I could stop that from happening. It's very annoying. Pop-ups that are annoying. Right. Let us begin. Come on, Charlie. 28th of April 2023. I had another lovely day. The rain finally stopped, so I got some washing dry. Lynn visited me and brought me lots of food. I am so grateful. I devoured the beef and vegetables lunch she brought me right away. By that, it was like a roast beef with roast vegetables that she actually buys in Capalaba Central, I think. Can you give me kissy kissy? No? Oh, I'm gonna get nibbles instead. Right. I put the cooked chicken in the fridge to eat tomorrow. The other food in the freezer. My mouse is doing weird things again. Then we sat and chatted in my sacred space garden. I'm getting the most delicious smell of onions being fried. Yum. It's probably my neighbour Tim Say. He's a fabulous cook. The aromas from his cooking are they're just beautiful. Oh, it's really potent. It's like, I love onions, but I can't eat them anymore, unfortunately. Onions and garlic. So there it is. 28th of April 2022, 2:25 a.m. Unable to sleep. My mind is positively thrashing with random ideas for silversmithing, most of which will probably fly out of my brain come sunrise, smiley face. I should have got a notepad and written them down or drawn little sketches, because when that happens, when you're really creative in the night, you need to write it down, because you never bloody remember in the morning. That's the way of the muse. I got launched into a hypomanic episode a few days ago. Pardon me. After having another argument with a neighbour down the road. We are friends actually, but some of our arguments were doozies. And it used to trigger me, because my ex-husband used to get turned on by stirring me up into a massive freaking fight which is no way to live your life, people. I have no intentions of living with a man who wants to fight me all the time. It's abuse, actually. But anyway, my neighbour down the road, his mental health issues do not sit well with my mental health issues. Also, I abhor abusers. I was actually quite upset at that point in time. I forgave him. I did forgive him, but it was very upsetting. I have had to cut ties again. Yes, Charlie. I am in some distress as his 92-year-old mother is slipping down that old road to death, and now I've been forced to abandon her. That was the most upsetting feeling of all, actually, because I was fond of his mum. It's a sickening feeling, but detach I must, or I shall suffer even worse. I spent the last 3 days sanding back wooden sticks and inlaying them. An absurdist enterprise, as I don't need any more staffs or wands for fuck's sake. But it gave me a primal focus to push down the grief and fury. So this evening I've had breathing issues from inhaling too much dust, both power and wood, a tad suicidal that, and I did eventually buy a respirator, but I didn't get a very good quality one, so it kind of doesn't really offer me much protection either. So when I've got extra fundage, I'm going to buy a really good respirator, because there's nothing worse than thinking you're protected and you're still, under par. And then I went to bed. I berated myself on all the lovely things I could be making with the new silver spoons I bought. Also had interesting inspirations on adding decorations to a few other things I have already made. It was like Spirit was putting a rocket up my bum, telling me to keep creating and improving my skills, as they want to see me succeed before I decline into my own imminent death, if my lungs will last long enough. Well, my death is always circling me like a spiraling fucking hag, but she never quite takes me. I guess it's not my time, right? Am I right? By the gods, there were a few scary events last year after Beauregard died. I actually thought I'd be going with him, but here we are, still strutting my stuff. I almost had a laugh, as it's so funny how much pressure I have to be self-actuated. Muses have a way of killing their artist and or writer victims with burnout or exhaustion. The ancient Greek muses used to kill their they actually used to kill you in the end with literally with exhaustion or alcoholism or drug abuse or some other thing, because you weren't handling life, I guess. Well, I won't be doing that. No. I do like to have my drinky poos when I'm out dancing, but in moderation, people. I almost had to laugh, as it's so funny how much pressure I have to be self-actuated. Oh, I already read that, sorry. Oh, dear goddess. I want to enjoy a few more years of life on this planet. So to settle my brain, I got up and had 2 capfuls of spiced rum left over from Christmaka. And if that does not quell my overactive imagination, then I will have to take a Valium. I should have just sat there and just written down notes and designs and just went with it, right? But I was probably fighting to get sleep as well, so it was probably a dichotomy between my brain going on fire with creativity and being utterly bloody exhausted at the same time, which often happens to me, you know, these days and later in my late phase of my life. It's very odd. Oh yes, it is my neighbour Tim Sa, because I can now smell all the tamarind and spices, and living next to him has kind of been like tortured sometimes, all the fragrant, beautiful food he makes that I never get to partake of. Well, he was kind of keen on me at one stage, but I couldn't go there because, you know, he'd just separated and he was on the rebound, and that never goes good, people. Never goes good. And also, I haven't really spoken to him much for the last year and a half, and I'm a single woman and I've got to maintain my own authority. I've got to maintain my own freedom and my own authority. But yes, his cooking is sublime. I can tell by the aromas. My hands and forearms are very sore from all the grinding and sanding like a maniac for 3 days. So what is all that about? Self-sabotage because some broken down old bastard gets aroused by harassing me? Fuck off. I need to find some equilibrium, or this horror show really will kill me. Men trying to dominate me doesn't go good, people. I need equilibrium. I need a king to my queen. I need an equal partner. I need a man who matches my energy. I need a man who understands me. I need a man who appreciates, cherishes, and at times protects me from my own neck-moshing self. That's a true friend. When I say I need a man, as in friends, and if I were to take a lover or partner, that's the kind of man I kind of need. Someone sweet and loving, but yeah, reminds me to rein it back in with my neck, right? I'm like I went into full warrior goddess mode. I really did. Because the other thing was I didn't go out Friday night to the Brooklyn Standard as is my usual practice, because I knew I wouldn't have the energy to dance 2 nights, because I tried it about a month or so ago. So I didn't go out, and I wasn't feeling very well actually on Friday. So it was kind of good that I didn't go out, because I was very depleted. And then yesterday during the day I kind of took things easy too, because I thought I need to bank and conserve energy for my wild dance, which is what I live for, my wild night of dancing. So I told Scott too, I said I didn't go out last night. He went, what? Who was playing? I said, Ramjet. And he even looked a bit astonished, because he knows I like to go there on a Friday. I said, no, I conserved my energy for tonight. And even then I kind of sat through a few songs too, actually. I didn't dance the entire night like I usually do. I actually sat out, 6 or 7 songs, which isn't like me. But I was conscious that I wanted to reserve my energy for the wild mosh, for the particular songs that I like. So yeah, it was lovely. Thank you, Scott and Paul and Luke. (7:34 p.m) feeling excited and anticipatory. About what, one might ask? I have no clue. My lungs are struggling, but I feel emotionally buoyant. Perhaps because I can see my persevering with my hard work on my latest projects is starting to come to full bloom. Oh, Charlie's wand or perch. It's been a strange kind of obsession for the last few days, but I am seeing progress. I actually made I call it a perch, but it's actually really a wand for Charlie to sit on when we go on our walks around the block, which we used to do with Beauregard, but now we do it alone. You and I, baby. And I carved her name into it and inlaid PowerShell into it. And I didn't do a very great job because a lot of it's fallen off now, but it was one of my early attempts at inlay. So I walk around with her perch to sit on that says her name. It's very cute. I just was doing all those kind of silly little things. What year was that? 2021, I think it was. Where are we? Let's scroll back. I've forgotten. I am quite tired. Oh no, it was 2022. But anyway, I started all that in 2021 and I was like busy being creative all the time. I'm looking forward to going dancing this weekend if I don't get too tired and if my lungs behave. I suppose I can do what I've always done and take my Ventolin and push myself out there. Last weekend I was too tired and too distressed, but tomorrow might be the night for some epic revelry. The dance, for no other reason than pure enjoyment, continues. Yes, my darling, I really loved this. This made me laugh for hours and hours. Silly things sometimes make me laugh. When you get to your first festival after COVID and hear the bass in the air as you arrive. It's true. Not that I ever go to festivals, but it's like that when my friends and the bands play their music and I'm like, oh, I'm alive and I'm surrounded by music and magic and beauty and joy and courage and delight and happiness and love at times too. Don't forget the love, babies. The big agape love. Right, Charlie, don't bite the laptop. 28th of April 2019. It's another exquisite day. I'm thoroughly enjoying these sunny autumn days. Not hot and oppressive, but the perfect temperature on my skin and gentleness for my lungs. I really do need to see a respiratory specialist. Oh well, my psychiatrist is trying to find someone trustworthy. By that I mean someone trauma aware. Even doctors trigger me the wrong way sometimes, unfortunately. It's very unfortunate when that happens. Makes it hard for me to access safe medical treatment. Albeit my asthma has been bad and I feel lightheaded from all the coughing attacks yesterday. Even the dog is loving the weather. He is lying calmly at my feet, watching all the insects and birds in the garden. He looks up He looks so peaceful and content. Charlie, you have to hop off that. You're making things pop up on my computer that I don't want popping up. It's just annoying. I know it's not deliberate, Charlie, but it's Mama's working here. Mama's working here. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, I can see him now. There he is, my handsome boy. Oh, my beautiful boy. I miss him so much. I really do. I miss all my beautiful animals that entered Valhalla without me. But here we are, another day in paradise, living our psychedelic dream, living our best life. Right, watching Devil at the Crossroads, a Robert Johnson story, which was fascinating. It's about voodoo. Robert Johnson, they believe, was such a brilliant musician that he sold his soul to the devil, or rather Papa Legbo, which Papa Legbo I don't see as being the devil. He's very protective, actually. He's one of my muses, believe it or not. So yes, but in the Southern American states, they have a tradition of that. When someone had a particularly amazing gift that they had sold their soul or cut a deal with the devil. It's partly what the song "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" is about. And there are people that have astonishing gifts that are almost supernatural. She smiles like me, moshing my neck so hard to zombie I almost break it. I have to get told off by my friend in the band to rein it in. Yes. It's a bit like that, people. It's a bit like that. But whatever happens to me, remember this. I lived my very best life, and if I die from my neck injuries or my asthma or my lungs or my sleep apnea or all the other verkachte things that are wrong with me, like my kidneys being overactive and pumping out more urine every night than is necessary, and all the other weird shit that's gone wrong with me, remember this. Everything I did because I loved it and I was living my best life. 28th of April 2018. I mean, what else does an older woman who lives alone with her bird now, what else would I do? I don't have a partner, I don't have much money, I don't have superannuation, I don't own my own home or business and haven't for 29 years. I live in housing commission, which is my only saving grace, that I at least have a roof over my head and relative safety in a frickin' zombie apocalypse. But anyway, you know, I have all these wonderful things, but I also am lacking a lot of things. I don't have a partner, I don't have a lover, I don't have a husband, I don't have, I don't have family. Well, I've got 2 daughters out in the world, but I don't see them now. Both of them I don't see now. I don't see my friends very often anymore, except for Lynn. I see at least once a week, but, my other friends, I see less and less of them. I love them dearly and they know that, but they're on their journey and I'm on mine. And, all I have is dancing for my friends in the band. That's all I have left, that wresting that little bit of enjoyment out of life. So it's not It's not impacting on anyone's day if I go out and throw my head around and whirling dervish a bit and then go home exhausted, alone. It's not, it's not harming anyone, and it's a sweetness, and it is a bit of a sweetness actually. So, and I enjoy it, and long may it continue. As long as my body holds up and I can revivify myself like a flowering lotus each weekend, pull my energy up and get myself to the venue and get myself home again safely, and anything that happens in between that time is pure magic on my part, quite frankly, responding to the musicians and their magic. So, lots of kisses from me again. More kisses, more kisses. So there it is. 28th of April 2018. I gotta just move around a little bit because my coccyx doesn't like hard flooring, and oh well, I'm a delicate little flower until I revive myself into full-blown titanium warrior goddess mode. 28th of April 2018. Karen is here. She is sending me food porn, i.e. amazing cake recipes. Oh my God, funny but evil. She was sending them. We were sitting together on my couch watching TV, but she was sending me all these cakes. I think she wanted me to bake her a cake. I think I did in the end. But anyway, it was quite funny. Oh no, don't. It's clicked off. Can you believe it? Right, here we go. Back to fighting through that again. It's this weird Copilot thing that comes up. I don't even know what that is. Oh, phew. I got it back. We didn't lose it completely. Oh, right, here we go. I got to get on with this. This is driving me nuts. Mama T, that's my nickname I gave myself, people, and Karen were not, I repeat, not going out. Then Jenny arrives. So she says, "Are we going out?" Karen and I nod happily, and that's how the party started. It was hilarious. Ramjet at the Elephant. It better be a good night. It's always a good night when Ramjet or Alter Egos are playing. What I meant by that was I better not get lasciviously predated on by every sleazy motherfucker in the known cosmos, right? Here's me, dressed up in full femme fatale. Can you see it? Hang on a minute. In full femme fatale, shamanic, Viking, voodoo, warrior goddess, regalia. I love that outfit. Whenever I wear that outfit, men go completely wild. It's the animal print. It's astonishing actually. But anyway, it is what it is, my darlings. Club Amazonia is open for expressions of interest. Another thing I never got off the ground. Well, anyway, it's because of not having money, people. If I had money, I'd be dangerous. There'd be nightclubs, there'd be revolutions, there'd be, oh, look, it would just be formidable. But anyway, Psychedelic Dreamer sits in her back perch in her Housing Commission cottage, looking at the beautiful blue skies and big white fluffy clouds that look like marshmallow or meringues floating by, and I got to be grateful for what is, not worry about what is not. But anyway, I continue on. I'm setting out these guidelines for a safe, fun social club for those oddballs like me that don't feel comfortable or safe in the usual pubs and clubs and casino spaces. You know, the traumatised, the introverted, the intrepidly out there, straight people, LGBTIQA people, and anyone who wants to have a good time without being violated or generally debased in the scene. No psychopaths, narcopaths. A narcopath is a narcissist combined with a sociopath, like my mother. Particularly toxic, evil people. No control freaks may apply. The vetting process will be via myself. Email me, and I gave out my real email, or private message me on Facebook. Tell me about what venues you enjoy and why. I was trying to do a bit of surveying, which would be a good space to take my people, my oddball people with me to start our new club. But anyway, I didn't manifest it. You need support to manifest things. But anyway, my thinking, as suggested by my doctor, my psychiatrist by that I mean, is we form an online community, then meet either fortnightly or monthly at various venues we choose. Safety is the key here. No violence will be tolerated, no coercion, sexual or otherwise, no manipulation. We will all have a shared responsibility in this club. I want us to be able to have a few drinks and dance without having to deal with atrocious behaviours. No excessive drinking. If you can't handle your alcohol consumption and maintain decorum, you will not be included. I do endorse frivolity, supporting each other to manifest joy in safe, congenial ways. From the comments section, by decorum I mean no flashing the gash. Here's not looking at you, kid, or your kiddie factory, 'cause we were getting a lot of that at the casino. It was actually it was just vomit inducing. I was forever having to pull down some woman's skirt because it would ride up over her assets and the men would just move in. It was predatory and fucking toxic, man. But I'm glad I'm not in that environment anymore. 12 fucking years I've put up with that evil shit. And they tell me that I'm not 5-star enough for the new menu. The cheek of it. Scott said to me last night, you know, Tanya, you're not banned. You could just turn up and just do what you always did. Just own the space and do your dance and not care less what anyone thinks. And I went, yes, this is true, but I choose not to scrabble around in other people's fecal matter. You know, after 12 years of dancing, that level of disrespect and dishonour towards me when I've actually done nothing wrong but continuously dance, why would I give them my energy and my time? No, I reserve my wild dance, which takes huge reservoirs of energy that I have to bank like a banking system for people who do value, cherish and appreciate me. Thank you, Brooklyn Standard, and thank you, Koala Tavern, and thank you, Alter Egos, and thank you, Ramjet. But I know what he's saying, you know. He wishes that I would be there to support his band when they play at the Treasury, and I guess I probably could swallow my pride and do that. But it's not the same for me being in that environment after the way they kicked me in the face when my dog died. It's a death, kind of a death, and you know, I'm done. I'm moving on, babies. I'm moving on. I'm only going to share my wild dance with people who genuinely see me and value me and appreciate me. The rest can just slough the fuck off. Seriously. Gonna give me a kissy kissy? Oh, kissy kissy. I know. You was a very happy girl lately. My beautiful birdie. Charlie values and cherishes and appreciates me. She's kind of a captive audience though, isn't she? She says, no, Mummy, I came to you quite willingly. I was in my outside cage and I walked over the garden and climbed up on you, and I've been with you the whole time you were making this video, so I'm not your captive audience at all. I'm happy to be here. That's how we like it. Be happy to be in my company. Here I continue. I'll repeat that. Oh, I was up to the kitty factory, yes. No exposing male genitalia either, 'cause, ooh. If you want wild, rampant sex, take that home or get a room. I want a room full of splendid, dressing up as encouraged, joyous, carefree people who respect themselves and each other. I do not have time to babysit the ferals. We are all adults here. I know alcohol is disinhibitory, but you control your own game or you don't dance with the Tanya and her friends. Pardon me. Be respectful of those of us who dance into the zone, the almost psychedelic experience brought about by moshing and stomping and whirling dervish for an excess of an hour. Pardon me. Do not touch the Amazon in her zone. It is grounding and unwelcome. She will come back to you mentally and spiritually when the song finishes. Guaranteed. Age is not limited, but I perceive the majority of members will be 30 plus. Youth is not unwelcome as long as you have above mentioned decorum. Freedom of movement will be encouraged. If you can't make it to a venue, that's fine. Life, in brackets, mental health issues, etc., gets in the way of even our best intentions sometimes. But be respectful and communicate. Say if you have to cancel or can't make it. I will party with or without you, but it's more fun if we all show up and contribute to the vibe. Club Amazonia has a membership of 1 or 1,000. The dance goes on. A reminder of the glory days, dancing out my pain after the will dispute in filthy, torrid pubs, making friends and enemies along the way. Fabulously fierce and free. Having almost died a few too many times, I have grabbed at life by the proverbials and relished my slowly diminishing returns. You cannot fully appreciate life until bastards have tried to take it from you. The more they took, the higher I rise and the brighter I shine. If you are with me, you are with me. If against me, go, be awesome somewhere else. And my friend Morris wrote, please let me know the age group of the ladies who are joining the club, lol. And I replied, too young for you, my friend, ha ha. Sundowner Club is just a little over our horizon. Give us another 10 or 20 years. Update 2022. Another of my unfulfilled dreams of owning my own club. Oh well, COVID ruined the dance for 2 years anyway. Time to put those dancing shoes back on and carry on where we left off. Smiley face. And so I did, and here we are, 2 more years on. Exhausted but happy. 28th of April 2019. Sorry, 2017. Oh, it's a lovely photo of you and I, Charlie. Look at us. Just sitting there, just happily being awesome. Even if we're all by ourselves, Charlie, we know how to be awesome, don't we, Charlie? Yes, we do. Oh, my goodness. Mama might have to move this stuff a little bit around. Oh. Right. It's a beautiful light in the garden. My lawnmower man was supposed to come today. It is Sunday, isn't it? I guess it's only 10:47 a.m. He might turn up later. He's been very naughty lately. He's been very naughty indeed. Not communicating and not turning up, which really sends me into rage beyond belief. I hate being jerked around. I don't jerk other people around, so don't fucking do it to me. Am I right? But life's not always that simple. Sometimes I have to be a bit forgiving and accommodating and patient, and it grinds my gears though. When I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there. I don't like letting people down. It's a discipline, and it's a matter of honour, and it's a matter of principle actually. You know? I'm like that because I don't like being let down myself. Anyway, the grass will get mowed eventually. I don't know when. It's just a bit insane, quite frankly. It is cold this morning. My fighter fish looked rather colourless, so I've put heaters under their containers again. No, meaning under their fish bowls, etc. No heater for me yet. Got to tough it out to save on the electricity bill. It's a nice sunny day outside, but the wind is chilly. Reminds me of Wellington weather. I hung out washing and brought some in. Still feel numb and exhausted, but I have the luxury of being able to rest any time I want. Yes, we do. We is very lucky birdies and mummies, aren't we? We're very lucky. In many ways, we're very lucky. Yes, we are. which I did yesterday, most of the day except when I decided to clean the guttering out the back of my house. That should clear some chi. The lime tree will love the compost that was built up therein. 28th of April 2016. I woke up at 5:55 a.m. after having one of my serial nightmares. Weird. It is now 6:37 a.m. but I am still tired. Gonna let Bobo outside for a pee and then try to go back to sleep. What do you reckon, Charlie? We should probably do that later. When Mummy finishes the video, she might go back to sleep. What do you reckon? She says, whatever, Mama. You do what you gotta do to survive, Mama. I love you. I love you too. Beauregard in slumberous pose. He really was quite delightful. My beautiful boy. Yes. Don't be jealous. I got beautiful photos of you too, Charlie. I just showed the people a beautiful photo of you with me. She's a very jealous bird. Very, very jealous. Almost to the point of violence. 28th of April 2015. Where are you going, Missy? I am greatly loved, valued and appreciated, even when I am most raw, demanding, grief-stricken. I have a beautiful friend who has weathered many storms in life with me. A few who dragged me up for air if they had to. My dearest woman friend Lynn has always been a sister, mother, on rare occasions like tonight when I would accept nurturing of the motherly kind, friend, mentor, counsellor. Oh, Charlie! She is the epitome of wise woman, ever patient, loving, but like me, she won't suffer fools or buy into bullshit. She has enriched my life, literally, when she helped me fight for my rights with the will dispute, and emotionally. And seriously, I wouldn't even have my car and my 2 front teeth, and, I wouldn't even have that without her. She supported me through that evil will dispute, which many times I just wanted to give it up, because it was just a fool's game. They were so savage. But she stuck by me. She listened to me cry. She read through all the lawyers' letters, and she even came to a few of she came to the mediation, and she came to a few other things with me. Thank you, Lynn. You are a wonderful friend and a wonderful woman. And we've both got our weird, quirky ways, but I do adore you. I do love you, and it's astonishing what having one good, solid friendship in your life can do for you. It's life-saving, actually. You and Jared and my friends and alter egos, and my other friends, my beautiful Sally, who's in New Zealand now, and so many beautiful, courageous, stubborn people who stuck with me through thick and through thin. I do love you, and I do value and appreciate you. You've been my greatest, most powerful earth angels for decades. She is my rock when I flounder like a beached mermaid with shattered hopes and dreams, a lame 2-legged one crying over an empty vessel. just going to move this over a little bit. That's better. She sent me home with milk and bread and caramel fudge, yum, and a full belly with a roast dinner. With her staunch, unfailing support and love, this wild, lovesick, Jewish, Viking, witch, wench is girded to fight another day. Women are my balm, even as I seek love, approval, and protection from men. It is women who bless me, worry over me, and drag me over the line. God bless you, all my friends, fine and righteous and good men and women in my world who love me when I am really quite insane in the membrane. Much love and respect for Lynn and Jared and Crystal, who have had to pull me together too many times. April 28th, 2014, 4:13 a.m. Time to sleep again, I guess. Only been up for 12 hours, but I'm tired, so enough for today. Sei gesund, which is Yiddish for stay healthy or keep well or be good, that kind of thing. I slept from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. I went outside to clean the fish pond filters and fill up the ponds. Happy goldfish means happy Tanya. Then I watered the back garden. I picked some lovely orchid blooms, and last night at 2 a.m. I cut down a bunch of ladyfingers. What? Now that's a bit extreme, isn't it? 2 o'clock in the morning I'm cutting down bananas from my tree. Must have been right off my head. Oh well. I am now at Crystal's with Jared, about to get Red Rooster and hand over my car, which I shared with her quite generously, I might add. Oh well, mothers do what mothers do. We want our kids to succeed, even at our own expense sometimes. Where are they when mama's trying to succeed? Fucking absent. Never mind, my darlings. I won't let bitterness curdle my soul like rotten, stale milk left out in the sun. I'll keep being my own version of awesomeness, and those who want to be with me will be with me, and those who don't can travel on their journey to wherever it leads them. C'est la vie, babies. I'm dying. This video about the octopus is hilarious. And I replied, when I was 7, I got grabbed around the calf by an octopus once while wading through a shallow stream near rock pools. I screamed my lungs out. It took an adult man to prise that thing from my leg. Bloody determined critters. Here I posted an article, Pregnant in Auschwitz. A Toronto Holocaust survivor recalls the split-second decision that saved her, presumably her life. And I commented, a rare miracle amidst such horror. I'm so happy for her and her husband and family that they survived and got to live long lives. A blessing on their heads. 28th, April 2013. Awesome night dancing at Irish Murphy's. New acquaintances, Raina and John, and one photo of me with Antonio. Stalker number 2, lol. Oh, dear goddess, it is what it is. What can you do? Love is the law, people. I just didn't feel the same way about him. But, you know, he didn't just stalk me over the years. He stalked other women at the casino, and sometimes we had fun together dancing wildly, and sometimes people were really quite mean to him. There was no need for that, you know. It's just move on and be happy. Look at this gorgeous couple, though. They were really playing up to me. They were both in the army, if I remember correctly. Wasn't he handsome? My goddess. He was just stunning. And she was beautiful too. And we had so much fun dancing wildly. It was just, never saw them again. It was one wild, crazy night of fun. Here's me with Antonio. Oh, dear goddess. Anyway. April 28th, 2011. Garden surprises. Lynn brought me some lovely strawberry suckers. Oh, my ass. Sorry. Ouch. Hurts worse than my neck, people. I will be busy planting them tomorrow. I was too wary today. Thanks so much, Lynn. I love strawberries. A lady walking her dog past my house commented on how lovely my garden looks. So thank you to all my friends who were so kind to contribute to my beautiful edible landscape. The new chase tree is blushing with new growth. Woohoo! She didn't die. Lemon myrtle still not happy, that died. But the coffee tree also has new growth, and that's thriving too. I have finished repotting all the little terracotta pots on my front staircase. It all looks very sweet. I even took suckers from my dying eau de cologne mint, so hopefully I can get it to strike again for when the weather gets warmer. The spearmint Annette gave me is establishing well and putting out new suckers, and my chocolate mint I have also rescued is doing okay too. My newly planted non-edible ginger I planted in January has what appears to be a flower. The black bat plant has strange looking buds which I'm hoping like hella flowers, although it might be too young to be flowering. Where are you going, Missy? The last flowery type bud thingies fell off or died off, so I'm waiting patiently. I only got one kiss because she moved away. She knows her own mind, my Charlie. My beautiful peanut butter tree, bought in memory of the Bradley family, especially after the loss of dear little Usher, has just one ripening fruit on it. Amazing as all the other buds fell off. So I'll be saying a shehehianu for my one and only fruit, and thinking of Usher when it ripens. Oh, and one of my orchids on the front wall of the house has flowered, but only one flower, which was disappointing, but it was beautiful all the same. I think I need to fertilize my orchids more often. The free orchids that Sybil gave me that she rescued from the Redlands tip have flowered also. They were little crucifix orchids, but I don't know what happened to them. They died in the end, and they were lovely. I had orange ones and purple ones. But anyway, some things don't last and some things thrive, I guess. It is the way of the gods. Here I write, they were a lovely mauve colour, so as happy as these crucifix orchids are usually a boring yellow colour. So this was a lovely delight. Life is good, and my garden is doing well too. 28th of April 2010. Wake up and smell the hummus, or humus. Either way, chickpea or mulch, a gardener's dream. And on that wonderful earthy note, my darlings, thus concludes today's readings of Even Date. And I'm astonishingly tired now, by the gods. But anyway, it is what it is. And I'm glad I went dancing last night and had a happy night out. And I'm grateful and happy to still be alive and presenting you my zany videos. And on we go with the dance and the storytelling and the memories and the occasional whimsical, joyful, anecdotes. Hello. And the birdie and the garden. And life is beautiful, my darlings. So, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, I wish you joy, I wish you peace, I wish you your truest, greatest, most ardent, most noble, most loyal and faithful loves. Like my little Charlie, am I right? Bye for now from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm.